Yeah.
We'll be live in about 5 seconds.
All right, but Ritian sir, when Toastmaster Adiba is speaking, please pause the live recording and streaming. All right?
Okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah. And all right, Toastmaster Mariam, we will see if our counter does not join in a few moments, or if he says that he's not available, then you can take the role. Is that okay? All right. I think yeah, Mr. Sergeant at Arms, please open the meeting.
Toastmaster Mufaddal. I think he's occupied somewhere because he wasn't he, he wasn't answering as well.
All right, all right. Let me open the meeting at Sergeant Ram. So, uh, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining this 996th meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club. This is the first new meeting of the year, and after a very long time, our main meeting is online only thanks to the weather. And as predicted by some, as soon as we decided to go fully online, rain has completely disappeared from the city. So let's see if that continues in that manner. Uh, as Sergeant at Arms, it is my duty to inform you that we prefer not to talk about three topics: sex, religion, and politics, and especially those topics or statements which might hurt or marginalize or discriminate against any person or community. Secondly, there are a few protocols to this meeting. The first is that we would love it if you keep your videos on, and we would love it even more if you keep your voices muted unless you're asked to speak. Also, when someone is speaking, you are encouraged not to speak over them and only speak when you are asked to speak. Uh, with that, let me hand over the charge to our president. But let me remind the president that we will that after she is done with the introduction, we will also have our installation ceremony immediately after her presidential address. So, everyone, please give a huge round of applause to our president, Toastmaster Heba Reis Khan.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, uh, Toastmasters is a public speaking platform where people from all walks of life come together to improve their public speaking skills. It was formed on October 22nd, 1924 in Englewood, Colorado by Rajsi Smedley. And it is a non-profit educational organization which is basically formed for the purpose of promoting communication, public speaking, and leadership skills in different parts of the world where it is located. And our club, Karachi Toastmasters, was basically formed in September 2000. And we will be celebrating our 1000th meeting soon. And this is our 996th meeting, as mentioned earlier. And for the guests, we have, let's see, as for the guests, I spot there are no guests as such, except for this Ahmed Bilal. He looks new. Can you please unmute yourself and introduce yourself, Ahmed Bilal?
Okay, hello guys. Here I am. I've joined your session. I would like to tell Toastmaster Ahmed Bilal. He's my ex colleague, my student as well, and I've seen him doing activities with this club, and I asked him if I could be a part of it. So he keeps me sending the links. Today, I just joined to have a look what happens here and how people interact with each other and what kind of help it provides for the community. So I'll be better staying mute and looking into things that you guys do. I hope soon I'll be part of the club as well. I am from Punjab and Faisalabad. I belong to a textile sector, and I'm a business graduate from Lahore University of Management Sciences. And Amir could tell you more if you want to know about that. Thank you guys.
Okay, and now for the business session of the meeting. So the secretary. Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the next portion. I'll move on to the next portion because the secretary, the minutes of the meeting have already been circulated. So the business session has been done in a way. The Toastmaster of the day needs no introduction. She's quite everyone knows her by her.
Excuse me, sorry, Toastmaster Heba, sorry. First of all, forgive me, but since being the VP, you know, we VPs have a right to interrupt. Actually, club officer installation has to take place, and DTM Sameer is here for that. So please hand over the charge to him. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be handing over the charge to DTM Sameer because there's a club new XCOM installation for the year. So DTM Sameer, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you very much, President Heba Rais. First of all, I would like to address the outgoing officers. On behalf of Toastmasters International and District 122, I thank all of you for your accomplishments. You are discharged from all further duties and responsibilities as officers of Karachi Toastmasters Club. Now I'm here to install the new officers of Karachi Toastmasters Club and prepare them for the challenges that lie ahead. Their collective challenge is to make this club strong, dedicated to helping people from all walks of life, to listen with sensitivity, to think creatively, and to speak in an effective manner. The Karachi Toastmaster XCOM elect are, first of all, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Mufaddal Murtaza. Toastmaster Mufaddal Murtaza. The duties of Sergeant at Arms are to make sure that all supplies and materials are properly distributed or displayed at meetings. You have to greet guests and members and call the meeting to order at the scheduled time. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? I hope the Toastmaster Mufaddal is here. Is he here? Is Toastmaster Mufaddal?
Yes, he is.
Yes. Yes, he's there.
Please,
Yes,
in that case, I would like you to say I will, because you're supposed to take the responsibility.
Okay, I will. Yes, I will do my responsibilities.
Thank you. Toastmaster Naveed Aslam, the duties of the treasurer are to collect dues from the members and to send the dues and the membership renewal reports to Toastmasters International and pay for the club expenses. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Toastmaster Naveed, please say I will.
He isn't there.
Oh, he's not.
He's not. Yeah.
That's no problem. Tell me that. What about the sergeant? Is Ali Zagham here or not?
No, he isn't here as well.
No problem. So I think you'll just skip the people who are not here. You'll just skip them.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the VPPR, Kareem Meghani, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani?
Yes, he's here.
Right? Fantastic. Toastmaster Kareem Meghani, the duties of the Vice President Public Relations are to promote the club to the local media, spread the word about membership programs, and attend Toastmaster events. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability? Please say I
Thanks for
will.
this. Yes, I will.
Okay, now the VP membership, Toastmaster Fahim Razak, is he there?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Toastmaster Fahim Razak, as the Vice President membership, your duties are to conduct ongoing membership building programs, explain the educational program to prospective members, and ask them to join and follow up on new members and absent members. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
DTM Tala bin Hamid, the duties of the Vice President Education are to plan successful meetings to help members achieve the educational goals, orient new members to the Toastmasters program as soon as they join, and monitor members' progress. Will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan, having been elected as the president of Karachi Toastmasters Club, you are its chief executive officer and will be expected to preside at all club meetings and at all regular and special meetings of the executive committee. It's your challenge to see that the club enables its members to achieve their educational goals. And it's also a challenge to see that your club helps the area, division, district, and Toastmasters International to meet their goals. Please let me know that you're willing to do all of that.
I will.
Fantastic. A team is more than a collection of people. It is an emotional force rooted in feelings, thoughts, and actions of all members with a common goal of achievement, sharing, and mutual support. And this is what you are. Now you have a new team and you have a new leader. It is now my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters installed to the offices to which they have been elected. The growth, development of Toastmasters program in Karachi Toastmasters Club depends largely on the actions of this program. So on your honor as men and women of Toastmasters, will you pledge to individually and collectively stand by this club, live with it, work with it throughout the coming year? And now I would like all members to unmute and say I will, because it's a group thing.
I will.
I will. I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
Hello.
Thank you. I wish Karachi Toastmasters Club a very successful year. I'll turn control over to the new president, Toastmaster Hiba Rais.
Thank you, DTM Samir.
Okay, and now I would be introducing the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster of the evening for the session. We all know her as a very jovial and happy-go-lucky person, and she's very easy to get along with. So it's none other than TM Rabia Tabassum Zishan. So over to you, TM Rabia.
Thank you so much, Madam President, and for Karachi Toastmasters Club, and congratulations to the new ExCom. Today we start a new year, and I welcome you all to the Karachi Toastmasters 996 meeting. Hopefully, inshallah, we'll be reaching 1,000 soon. Life is sweet. Is it? Is it always sweet? We'll be discussing it throughout the day. I believe the life is a mixture of all flavors, not just sweet. It's a combination of everything, but the sweet part is the one which we want to remember for always. The meeting today is comprised of three segments: the prepared speech segment, the table topic segment, and the evaluation, journal evaluation segment. To go through the meeting, we have some facilitators who will be helping us throughout our meeting. So I'll be now introducing each facilitator and they will explain their roles themselves. So for grammarian, we have Toastmaster Muzammil. Can you please explain your role to the audience? You're on mute. We can't hear you, Toastmaster Muzammil.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are. You are perfectly audible.
Thank God. Okay, so my role today is of a grammarian and a word master. So Toastmasters, the greater impact of our verbal communication depends on how rightly we choose our words. So as a grammarian and a word master, I would like and with the hope to make your statements more impactful, I would like to bring forth a word that is ecstasy. The meaning of the word ecstasy is the state of extreme happiness and pleasure. So all the Toastmasters are requested to accommodate and make a meaningful use of this word in their speeches today. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Muzammil. And indeed, being a part of KTC meetings every week is an ecstasy for everyone, I'm sure. Our next role for today is the R counter. It will be done by Toastmaster Bijar. Is he present?
He isn't in the meeting yet, so maybe Toastmaster Mariam can do it.
Mariam Aftab, Toastmaster Mariam Aftab, can you do the role of R counter?
Actually, she offered to take a role, so
Okay, so let's come back to this role later on. Let's introduce the other ones. We have listener, Toastmaster Mufaddal Murtaza. Toastmaster Mufaddal, please introduce your role.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster of the day. The role for today's event, my role for today's event is listener. So make sure you all are awake. Despite if your camera is also off, I'll catch you later on by asking some questions, which will be from the speeches, and let's see how it goes. So that's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mufaddal. So for the timer and the vote counter and the technical host, we have Talha bin Hamid. DTM Talha bin Hamid, can you please explain all these roles?
thank you so much. As a timer, I will be timing all the speeches and meeting segments. And in pursuance to that, I will say this to everyone. Please hurry the hell up because we are behind schedule. So secondly, I will be timing the individual speeches. So if a speech is 5 to 7 minutes, I'll be showing the green card at 5 and the yellow card at 6 and red card at 7. Similarly, if for table topics, it will be green at 1, yellow at 1:30, and red at 2. And for evaluations, it will be green at 2 minutes, yellow at 2:30, and red at 3. Every time you see red, you know that it is time to wind up whatever you're doing. You have 30 seconds, but according to the new speech contest rulebook, you have 30 seconds and 59 microseconds because they have newly mandated that we are supposed to ignore the fractions. So everything up to 7 minutes, 30 seconds, and 59 microseconds will count as 7 minutes, 30 seconds. And disqualification will only trigger at 7 minutes and 31 seconds. So yeah, I'm absolutely not pleased about that. But anyhow, this is an additional 0.59 second that you've got. As the vote counter, actually, DTMs are there very kindly taken that up by offering to start the meeting, and only now he can hold the polls. But let me explain the roles in brief. Uh, at 5 different times during the meeting, you'll be asked to vote for the best speaker, best table topic, best evaluator, best big four, and best facilitator. And it will be done through Zoom poll. as a vote counter, I will not be able to vote. I will only be able to vote if I have to break the tie. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DTM Talab and Ahmed, for the detailed overview and for telling us about that new rule of timings. Not at all an expected moment for us. And do we have our list, our R counter? Toastmaster Marie Maftab, are you doing the R counter role for us? Anyone else will volunteer for it?
No,
Do we have?
I'll do that. I'll do.
Okay, you do this. So just please explain the role.
Okay, then our counter, I'll be noting down all the arms and the filler words that has been used during the speech or the whole meeting. And in the end, I'll be reporting it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Marie Maftab. Now it's time to have some laughs and smiles on our faces. It's time for the joke master, Toastmaster Fahim Razak. Please give a huge round of applause to him.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Rabia. Right, let me start with some fun facts about belching, as in burping, right? Did you know that in some cultures, to belch at the table is highly offensive? Obviously, we all know. But did you know that in some cultures, it might mean, thank you, that was a wonderful meal. So if you ever happen to belch at the table that you obviously didn't intend, you can always make this excuse. Another fun fact about burping. Did you know that New Zealand government has introduced plans to tax cow and sheep burps in order to tackle climate change? I can't wait for the details to be published because it will be interesting to see how they're going to put that into practice. So I will share with you as soon as they come out. All right, back to some jokes now. You see, today I'm very ecstatic because I have been happily married for over 2 years out of a total 10. Always leave them wanting more, my uncle used to say, which is why he lost his job in disaster relief. With that, back to you, TM Rabia.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Fahim. And that was few good words. Thank you so much for that. Now we move on to our prepared speech segment. Today, we have an icebreaker, the first of it, by Toastmaster Adiba Khurshid, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan. Toastmaster Hiba, can you please explain Toastmaster Adiba's project details?
I don't